This is Daraa, the birthplace of Syria's uprising in 2011. But opposition members call this moment the end of the dream of a democratic country. It's 2018, and the government has just recaptured the southern province after 7 years of resistance.
I almost had a breakdown after all the sacrifices. When they raised the flag, we felt stabbed. The town had a lot of symbolism for the revolution.
It was here where the wall of fear was broken. We watched Syrians turn against the police state. We watched them bury their dead, demonstrators who were killed by security forces.
There has been a lot of blood that has been spilled here. People are vowing revenge.
Protests spread to other areas. In Homs, tanks were sent to suppress the uprising. The city, which became known as the capital of the revolution, became a battleground.
The regime forced us to take up arms and turned the uprising into a war. It was no longer possible to face guns with our screams.
There was a siege on the rebel stronghold after months of heavy fighting. Months later, the opposition agreed to leave the area. ASHRAF was among them. He says they had little choice. They were trapped without basic supplies, running low on ammunition and abandoned by the world. 2 years later, and after a 4-year stalemate, the opposition was forced to abandon Aleppo, which weakened them politically.
I felt broken when I got on the bus. I still think about it. But the siege was unbearable. People were dying either by bombs or hunger.
ABDEL ZAKZOUK is among the millions of internally displaced Syrians who live in the opposition-controlled north, unable and unwilling to live under Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's rule. But he says he fears a ceasefire agreed last year will not hold. Already, hundreds of thousands have been killed. Millions have been displaced inside and outside the country, and there has been no accountability. Syria's conflict is entering its second decade with the majority of its citizens poor and with little hope.
We have been forced to give up on our dreams. The international community has failed the Syrian people.
There is no reconciliation, there is no peace. 10 years of war has divided a country and its people. Zeina, Khodr, Al Jazeera, Beirut.